where the northern winds blow stands a craftsman, where the tall timbers grow with a chisel like a warrior's spear. Every cut brings the old world near. Hear the Aster in the turning tree, Odin whispering, let creation be. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Of the Viking tribes. Ash and oak hold the songs of the bold, echoes of the battles that the skalds once told. Tools sing soft in a rhythmic glide as the grain shows the secrets it tries to hide. Loki's laughter in the chips that fall, but your craft stays true through it all. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Raise your meat to the maker's hand, to the craft and the clan of the northern land. Every bowl is a saga born, carved from dusk and shape till morn. Let the echoes ring of the wood-turning warrior and the stories he brings. Let the world hear the call from the workshop flame. Benjamin Winkle, another name. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribe. Of the Viking tribe.
Oops. Oh, it's a little animal. Hello, guys. Hello, Tim. Welcome in. You guys ready? This is going to be a big one. This is going to be really big. So apparently, for some reason, we got a new dinner table. Well, it's not apparently for some reason. We did get a new dinner table. And I used to have like this really big bowl, like 50 centimeters across. Really big platter thingy. That used to be on display in the kitchen. And it fits really well on this new round dining table we have. So my wife said, well, now I need something either to replace that on the dining table, or I need something to put in that old spot where that used to be, because it was in the kitchen before on a shelf up top, so it it filled some room and it was nice actually. It smelled made of pakiluba, exotic wood, really nice, like naturally curly and brown reddish, so really cool. But that is expensive wood, and I don't have more of it. Well, I could get more, but it's going to be expensive. So I decided to go and get this piece here out of storage. It doesn't even fit in the frame. Look at that. Let's see. There we go. That is a really big piece of birch, spalted birch. Beech, actually, I think it is beech. So let me just get the light setting a little bit better. There you go. So there you go. That's a really big piece. It is right now. I don't even know if I'm able to spin it on the lathe. I should be just able to spin it. So it is about 45 centimeters tall by 45 on the widest place, which means the corners are just maxing out my lathe. So that's cool. So now the best thing to do will actually get this on a faceplate. I just don't really want to put that on a faceplate, to be honest, because then probably screws going to be an issue, and that's going to be annoying. So I'm going to put it between centers. Now, this is not the safest thing to do, and I would not recommend it unless you are really confident in what you do and you take a lot of safety precautions, because it's just going to be hauled in between 2 points on the lathe. Now, this is my drive center. That's the one I'm going to use. It would be all right, just, you know, it's going to be slow spinning. It's going to be all right for this, hopefully. I should probably have knocked off the corners. We'll see how that's going to go. But let me try to find what I think is going to be a great center point. This is probably going to be the top part of it. There's a big cracking in the middle. But I have the widest point there and there, so that's going to be this is where the ball's going to be. Probably going to keep a little bit of that crack here, depending on how big I'm going to make it. But yeah, this is going to be cool. It's going to be big. It's going to be, it's a punky wood, but it feels solid. Most part of it, so I think it's going to be all right. Have a saw mark here on the back from the chainsaw, and you can see the chainsaw had oil in it, so that's where that line come from. But I have been having this piece for many years now, so I think it's finally about time to do something with it. Okay. Let me just get that camera in a little bit better position, or I can just go with another camera. There, I think that's going to be good. So let me just try to figure out where I want the center in this. Now, the best and easy part would just be go corner to corner. That's probably not going to work at the end because I might want to adjust it, but just for to start out and for reference, and this is going to be too big. I need to cut some of it off on the bandsaw. I can already see that. Yeah, that's a really big piece. My lathe is a 24-inch, and this piece is bigger than that. So I'm going to go and knock off these two corners really quickly on the bandsaw. I don't know if I am able to take it there. Nah. That piece is in the way. Well done, Benjamin. Well done. There you go. That's the bandsaw. So I need to open that there. There, and I just need to open that glass gate so I can get some suction on the bandsaw. A bit more light would do. So let's see, I'm just gonna go across there and knock that off. As you can see, that beautiful fall tip. Let me just get the measuring on here. See if I'm able to. That should spin. And that should spin now, so that's actually a lot shorter now. But it's fine. I could just, for my own sanity, just take that little corner here as well. This is going to be a little bit easier. There. And there. get that back to the lathe. Ugh. Yeah, that's a really big piece. Okay, so now let's see. Still think I want to go. So maybe I want the center to be a little bit more like. Yeah, I can adjust that when I get it up to start. Right. But yeah, so this is going to be the top part. So the bottom's going to be down there. Get my tailstock up so that it's ready. Just get it there. So that's going to hold it. And I'm just going to see how that's going to spin. I mean, that's not too bad. I probably need to take the belt down on the lathe. So I can try to see. Well, it's not too bad on the back side though. It's a little bit tilted to one side. Let me just check here, because once I start it, it's going to be a pain to. So that's 18. So that's 18 as well. So that's not going to be too much away. And there I got 20. And there I have 22. So I could move it down a little bit, to be honest. A little further down. That was not down, was it? So that's 20. Hold on. Yeah, so that's not bad. I think it's going to be a nice ball in that. I think that's going to be a nice ball in it. Probably need to zoom that out a little bit more. So let's start applying some pressure. Normally, I would not put pressure with tailstock like that on most lathes, but since this is a one-way lathe, it should be able to handle it. I'm just gonna move the belt. I think I'm just gonna go to the start just with the low setting, just because I don't want to strain my lathe too much. Hello, Henning. So there. Yeah, that's a big piece. So let's see, speed down on the lathe and start spinning. So that's nice. Okay, I need to apply some safety gear. I need to have my helmet on from start till finish, because it's just a really good idea. It always is a good idea, but especially here. So let's just see. I'm going to wear this around my waist. Hopefully that's going to be okay. Okay. Now I'm going to start by flattening out the bottom. So I've got a nice flat place to start to work from and remove some of that material that I'm not going to need. I need some bit more light because I'm getting that old. You see that? It's going to be good. It's a good view, isn't it? Yeah. So, tool rest. Get that in. See. So that there would be good. And I'm just going to start nice and slowly. I'm not going to go crazy with my tools. I'm just going to go probably with a ½ inch ball gouge and get the speed up a bit more. Let's see how fast we can go before the lathe start to enjoy this too much. You guys are ready. This is going to be a long day. Hello, Tyson. Well, let's see how quickly we can go this. Yeah, so we're about 250 RPMs. I think we can go faster. I just, trying to just remove a little bit of material before I do too much. Now I put my lathe on slow deacceleration, so it brakes slower, which means it's not going to be that hard on the motor and everything. So it's just going to take a little bit longer to stop. So let's see. The lathe is actually kind of stable. So that's 300. I'm not going to go any faster than that right now. And if anybody's here from Denmark, yes, you can talk to me in Danish or write to me in Danish if you're not comfortable with the English. I will translate it for the peeps and answer you in Danish and English if you really need that. But I would prefer to speak English if you can do that. If you can understand it, you don't have to be able to write it. So let's see. Just working on this to remove some material. Now, a good rule of thumb, that it's kind of important to realise, if you don't have a big lathe like mine, which is fine, I don't expect everybody to have a big lathe,
But if you want to do bigger pieces and you're not able to have your lathe steady by turning down the speed, so let's say you put a big piece on a tabletop lathe, and the minimum speed on that would be probably about 500 RPMs, and you cannot get the lathe to be stable at 500 RPM. That means that's the lathe telling you this is too big of a piece for this machine. So just make sure you can get your lathe to be stable and not wobbling around, because if it's not wobbling, you're going to have a lot of issues with other things than just straining the lathe. So yeah, that's one of the benefits of having a really big lathe. Yeah, so it's a little bit slow going all this, but it is what it is. So let's see where we are. It's bouncing like ouch, because of it's not being even. As soon as you start being more flat, the gouge will hopefully stop bouncing. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. I don't care that much about good cuts right now. I basically care about getting the bottom flat. Hello, kiddo. That's a good piece, isn't it? And this is punky and spalted. The spalting actually is something that's worth knowing if you work with spalted wood. Let me just try and get that in. You can see those lines. The black lines are the border between the fungus infected wood and the wood that's not been affected yet, which means there's still fungus in this. So if you work with that kind of stuff here, make sure to wear breathing protection. Make sure you have your dust extractor running as an absolute minimum. But yeah, so yeah, make sure that if you're working with materials like this, you have good breathing protection. And there's little mask you put on without a motor in it, and not really. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's not up to code. So actually here in Denmark, if you do commercial work, you're not allowed to use that working with hardwood. You need to have a motor with a PF3 or a TH3 filter. So yeah. Maybe I should try a bigger gouge. I have one here, should be sharp. This is not the outer mat, this is the bottom actually. Well, because I like to clean up the bottom first, and then I do push cuts from the back towards the front to don't get that much punishment. Because if I go out here and start working on that, it's going to beat really hard on my tool, and it's going to be hard on the tool rest, my hand, and you know, everything else. But yeah, I'll start with the bottom, and then I work my way to the side, from the bottom to the side. That's how I define the base shape of the ball. So let's just get that stopped. Get the tool rest a little bit higher and closer, because I'm now able to. No worries, Tyson. That's why we're here. Oh, this is slow going. I mean, this is a 16mm ball gouge, silver line. So you cannot get this anymore, unless there's. So this is the old silver line from the shop here in Denmark. So basically, all my ball gouges are silver line tools. Fortunately, they're not in production anymore. I kind of like them. They're like a reasonable, it's actually a good quality for a good price. No worries, Tyson, that's why we're here. That is why we're here. I am also a teacher. I teach woodturning, so you might as well share the joy, right? So you can take this as a free lesson if you want. If you've got any questions about anything, just ask and I'll do my best to try and explain it. Woodturning related, of course. But yeah, happy Mother's Day, by the way, to everybody who is a mother out there. And if you haven't remembered, give your mum a call. My wife wanted to go to a garden centre, so we did that this morning. She wanted to pick out a new tree for the garden. So of course we did that. And of course it was going to be a present from the children to her. So she was happy. No worries, Tyson. But yeah, if you want to support me, there's several ways you can do that. My website is live. You can buy some of the things I made. If you probably don't want to do that, that's fine. But I do have merch in there as well. So if you really want a cool hoodie, a t-shirt, or a cap, or a beanie with my logo on it, they are there. And I set the prices so low, I am almost just breaking even. I think I got like the hoodie. I think I make like $10 on a hoodie with sales. So that's like really close to breaking even in my opinion. But yeah, I want to make that available so you guys can get it if you want it without you profiting on it. But yeah, on the website as well, something new. You can buy an online lesson with me. So it's going to be one-on-one. I'm going to be in my workshop, you're going to be in your workshop, and we're going to have a video connection. And you can see everything I do. I can zoom in even more than I am right now. I just, you know, not focusing too much on the good cut and showing that, but I could if that's something that's going to be done on the one-on-one. But on the one-on-one session, you will be able to work on anything you would like to. So let's say you have problems with turning a ball, or you have problems stuff flying off the lathe. Then we can have a whole session, just, you know, 1 or 3 hours just talking about that and show and tell really from both sides. And you're going to get that as a recording afterwards. You can re-watch it. So let's see. I think we can now have most of the uneven part of the lathe removed. Not a lathe, the white piece. So I still got a lot to go there, but it's going to be okay. I'm going to start by establishing the foot. I think I'm going to go with my 120mm jaws, because that's probably going to be a little bit safer. Those are dovetailed jaws here, so I'm going to go with a Tenon, because I think that's going to be okay. So let's see. That's going to be, it's going to be like that big. I'm just going to make sure that I set my calipers up right. Okay. So, righto. So let me just remove a little bit more of this here. And hello, Nikolai. So let's see how fast we can go before the lathe start to wobble. That's about there. So that's about 425. I mean, that is rather quick. For a piece this big. Now, this is not going to get the best cut. If I want a good cut, I need to go a lot further down and have contact with the heel. The bevel, of course, I mean. But what I want to do, I just want to move more material because that's what I'm going to need to. Hello, Clement. Yeah, this is a massive piece. Which that's a bad angle. In here as well. Now it does give off reasonable shavings, so that's always a plus. Yeah, leave a like. That actually does help. Now I'm both watching where my gouge are, but also watching my back arm so I don't get into territory where I am going to get in trouble. I wonder where Michael is. I think this gouge is about to be a little bit dull. Oh yeah, this is a lot easier. So sharp tools. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird that, you know, like Clement says, it's weird that I'm coming in here and not seeing Michael. But, you know, we might have something important to do. Yeah. So let's see. Please stop lathe. Thank you. Okay. There's a feature on my inverter that I can see how many hours my lathe has been spinning, how many hours the motor's been turning. Not the VFD being on, but how many hours it had, the lathe has been spinning. So let me just ask you, do a wild guess. And I had this lathe for 7 years. How much time had my lathe been active and working in those 7 years? Just give a wild guess. Hello, Michael. Talking about the devil. 7,894 hours. Okay. That's a guess. It's not correct at all. You're not even close. So in 7 years, how many hours had my lathe been spinning? Make a wild guess. Let me put it like that. Make a wild guess and then add some. See, that's actually, Michael, that's actually closer. So it's 24,000 hours. 24,400 and something hours. So that's almost 3 years. It's 2.7 years
that I've been at the lathe. And let me just show you, because you probably don't believe me. Because I took a picture of it because I thought that was crazy. There you go. 24,419. That's on May the 7th. And 7 years, that's more than an hour a day. Because that would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be a lot more than an hour a day, wouldn't it? Because let's do the math here. Because that 365 times 7. Huh. 1,414 divided by. So that's 9.5 hours a day. That doesn't make sense, does it? That doesn't make sense. Works out about 10 hours a week, does it?
So 2,500 days, just over. So that's about 10 hours a day, wouldn't it be? You see, that doesn't make sense. That must not be right. But according to the manufacturer of the VFD, that's how many hours the motor has been spinning. And I think that is crazy. I mathed it. So 10 hours a week on average. So there you go, guys. That's how much you need to put in to be at my level. 10 hours a week for 7 years as a minimum. That should easily be 10 hours, Michael. Yeah, about 10 hours per day. See, that doesn't make sense, because I'm not, that should not be that much. It should be hours. You can look it up, because I have the where is it? Right, yeah. That it is a, hold on the one way, it's it's right there. Yes, has cover VFD, so you can look that up. 414, I think that was, it was. So you can look that up to see if that's possible to see on it, because what I found out is that it is possible to see. So if that's kilowatt hours, so that's just 1,000 hours. It's not a lot then. But yeah, it's always, you know. Oh, look at that! Look how beautiful this is. That is amazing. That's going to be a great piece, this one. That's going to be a great piece. So that would be beech. So solid beech, I would say. It's the one with the green leaf. And a somewhat smooth bark on it. Yeah. I think it's beech, isn't it? Because birch is the one with the white bark on it, isn't it? And a more coarser bark. Well, one of them has white bark on it, and the other one has smooth bark, right? I don't think there's much bark left. There you go. Birch. Now there's birch. It is not the one with the white stuff. It's the one that's beech. Okay. There you go. Why would they call two so different species of wood with a name that's that close together? It doesn't make sense, does it? See, this way, when I do it like this, it's not as tough on my gouges and me. So I get minimum of bouncing. Do. Stop, please. And it actually cuts rather well. So it's not a bad surface, really. Even though the gouge are bouncing a little bit, that's not a problem. So I need to go to about up here. I think that's going to be the top. So I have a little bit of the top part here. It's not going to be into it. So I need to curve it from here to about here. I think that's going to be a good curve. And I think that's going to be all right. We'll see how well that's going to go at the end. But, you know, that's the plan of attack. Let's see if I can get a bit more speed on this. So that's about right. Could I? Well, that's 550. Yeah, so about 550 is actually rather quick for a big piece like this. But you know, it's a lot easier with more speed. That's a really good example of what happens when you lose contact with the gouge. That's really, really good. With the heel of the tool. Not the heel, the bevel. So as soon as you lose contact with the bevel, you're going to get lines like that. When you have contact with the bevel, you're going to have a smooth surface, right? So, and in here it's really, really smooth. It's just perfect. Out here it's a little bit rough again. But here I had perfect contact, and then I started to flare out a little bit. So I lost the contact. I couldn't get over long enough because of my tool rest, which is just one of the issues with turning like that. But, you know. I could just drop my hands a little bit more, like that, and then I can have good contact. Or I could have done the sensible thing and use the faceplate. But let's be honest, if this were to come off right now, what's going to hit? I've got the tool rest in the way of me and the piece. So it's probably going to destroy that TV over there, but that's alright. It could hit that camera, maybe, if we're really unlucky. But with that speed I'm running right now, most likely, it's probably just going to drop to the lathe bed. And then run away. Well, let's see this. let's just get some material removed in a little bit of a dirty way. Oh, wow, that hurts. Time to replace the couch again. Oh, that's a nice heavy cut, that one. Okay, let's see where we are. Still need to go. Now, this shape here I have on it right now, actually, I kind of like. Come on, Michael. What is it? What is it, Michael? Let's hear. Stupid question of the week alert. Taking a slice of a log with a saw, cookie style, that makes it ingrain and is a pain to turn. Yes. And the chances of that cracking is extremely high because you still got the pith in it. Yeah, that's true. When I go out like this, if the gouge is fairly closed, closed like this, when I go out it will start chattering. So if you open it up like that, most of that chatter will go away, especially when you're turning air. So that is actually absolutely true there with Woodturning. Hey, soldier. That's true, you don't chatter, you squeal. How you doing, mate? Well, it's kind of early for Jim, isn't it? So, I mean, it's like 7 in the morning, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah. So I guess we're going to see Cindy in a little bit as well. I'm really lucky. We're going to see Wes. I was just wondering what the moisture content of this is, because it's a really big piece that's been drying in my workshop for a long time. I hope it's dry. Yes, the vase I did like a couple of weeks ago on the course I had was in-grain turning. Ooh, that's kind of deep, isn't it? That saw mark. Oh yeah, that's a little bit deep, so I need to get that away anyways. When turning these acorn boxes, I have the same issue in my final passes to clean up. To chuck it. But the problem is, if you don't chuck it up right, and your chuck doesn't fit properly, things will fall off, dude. So the chuck jaws are not designed to open as much as you do sometimes. They only decide to open like 1/8 of an inch, maybe less, 16. That's where you're supposed to use them. If you go above that, you will not have a good grip because you're only going to hold with the corners if you clamp on a piece. And that's why stuff is falling off, and that's why you get marks in it. Did that make sense, soldier? I hope that makes sense. Still a lot to go. I need to get rid of that saw mark there. You can see. Yeah, well, you've gem chuck it, that's for sure. That will also be a good way to hold it. And use the cup center. So you need to go that deep actually, so it's really, really close there. See, I'm not even there yet. Look. Still have that little annoying saw mark there. So wow, this is actually really tough on the gouges. They dull so fast. That saw mark was a lot deeper than I expected, I must say. Oh, vacuum chuck. Vacuum is actually really great. They do look a little bit expensive though, but they're great. Oh, there you go. That got it done. Okay. So I'm just going to redo that tenon because that's going to be no good. Morning, Cindy. Right, I just said if you're lucky in a little bit, Cindy will pop in. Hello, love. There you go. And there she is. And happy Mother's Day to you. I hope your children called. Take a tenon. It's just a tenon, Michael. A tire is still a tire, even if it's on a monster truck, right? Sorry about that. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, as far as that just go there, Clement, that is in the lower category. That's what I will put that one. That is where I would put that one. Whoops, please, Lathe, stop. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a great piece. So now we're starting to get round. Now I'm not gonna go completely around here. I'm gonna leave one side of it like that. It's gonna be fine. Otherwise, it's gonna be too small, I think. But yeah, I think it's a little bit more. And I can start refining it. Can we get more speed, maybe? A little bit more, we could. Oh yeah, and that's why I wear my face shield. You can see all the particles in the air. Now a lot of that is fungus. So just keep that in mind, you guys, when you're working on a piece like that, like this. All that particle you can see, some of it are fungus. And have a good respirator. That will help you, because you're going to need it. Okay, so that's fine now. So about here, that's good. So you need to start working on the shape that I want for this piece. If that's going to go away, that's good enough. And it's really, really, really tough on my gouges, I must say. I might need to have a sharpening break. Yeah, I've only got 4 left, so I might need to sharpen at some point. But that's part of woodturning, isn't it? Not everybody is as lucky as me to have that many gouges. No, it's birch. Beech. Beech, right? That's what we decided, beech. Yeah, spalted beech. Thank you, Michael. That's a link from our website. So there you can book classes. You can buy some of the stuff I turned. And you could buy merch. Yeah. So there you go. That's there. Now this piece is probably going to be in my pirate collection, which means it's probably not going to go for sale. But I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Yeah, they're good enough. That's nice, Michael. The yellow ones or the normal ones? If the yellow ones, I'm really jealous, because I really want some of those yellow ones. Because I mean, once you go past M2 steel, you don't look back really, do you? Hey Lion, what you doing, dude? Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay. Well, if they're not yellow, Michael, then they're standard M2 steel. So that's that. So let's see what Michael sends. Yeah, that's just a standard M2 steel. It's not a bad tool. Yeah, it's a big chunk of wood, isn't it? So it's a lot of shavings, but we had that saw mark that, was really annoying. And we got some really soft spots I can see. That's going to give me a little bit of work later, but that's okay. We don't mind that. So that tenon's going to go. Sure thing there, Jim. Just let me know when you want it, and just set something up yet. Not a worry. Be happy to help you guys. What happened, Michael? You said that you almost went to the hospital yesterday. What was wrong? The dreaded man flu? Thank you, Cindy. Still got a lot of work to do on that website, but you know, it's base is out there. This is what I needed to do. It's always stuff to perfect and revisit. But you know, for what right now, it's all right. Nah, it's not that tough, the Lions. It's just because of the bark and how long it's been laying. It's got a bit of sand in it. That dulls my gouges pretty quick. But I see, I think that's good. Oh, yeah, that sucks. So that's a good size for a tenon. So I'm going to go with that. I think that's all right for oops, sorry about that, peeps. Let me just get that corner nice and crisp. Just that's really what is needed. That's good. So you had a fight with a log splitter about 18 months ago and had your finger rebuilt, and yesterday one of your daughters decided to jump on that hand. Yeah, that will put you in pain, wouldn't it? And I can understand why you thought you need to go to the hospital. Wow. Oh, that was that's not good, Michael. That's one experience that I don't want for myself, to be honest. Okay, so let's do another thing here, because the one I had upstairs is just basically shape rounded. I don't want that for this one. So what is this now? That is about 47 centimeters, 46 centimeters. Okay, so 46 centimeters divided by 3, right? What that would be? That would be 10, and that's 16 divided by 3, so that's 5.3. So that's 15.3. So the base, that's going to be like that, that's fine. And from there to there, I need to split it up into thirds. So that's 6, that, you know, that's going to be right wherever, something like there and there. Wes, did I see Wes? Hello, Wes, man. Hey, dude. Still waiting on your package. I've been looking at the tracking every other day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that dropping in, I must say. I guess it did. Yeah, I'm not particularly happy with that. I'm not particularly happy with that. Yeah, that's a big one. So that's my lathe max speed on the low belt. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's a good shape, that one. That little bit there, that's good. I need to flatten it a little bit more, I guess. But that's not bad. Still need to go a bit further though, and I had some spalting here that I need to take care of. So let me just bring up some of that glue. And it should probably not be the medium one, but you know, I don't think I have this more of the thin one, even though I should probably just look right, because it should be in there. No, that's a shame. Oh, where's this? What's that? There you go. That's some of the low stuff. Do, 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 do. Well, it depends on what you're going to need, really, because the skewer is nice if you need it. But if you don't, if you need a gouge, get a gouge. So that's basically what I'm saying. Hey, soldier, that's perfect. Thank you, mate. Oh, thank you, mate. That is really nice of you. Amy got one. And Cindy. I appreciate you. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, mate. Hope people will enjoy that. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. I'm just trying my best to get history. Hey, Tim. Trying my best to get the best cut I can for this. I need to take that off because my back's starting to annoy me. So I'm trying to get a nice little S curve here on the bottom. See if I can get a nice shape going. It's going to be a subtle one, but it definitely needs to be there. Did you, by the way, soldier, did you receive that that merch you ordered? Have you got it yet? I think it should be really, really close. I'm really looking forward to hear what you think. I know you bought some t-shirts and a cap, right? I know the stuff for Sammy is on the way as well. It's going to take a bit longer for Sammy to get his, but you should be like right on the doorsteps actually. I also need to use some CA glue here. Problem is I need to basically cover most of it with something, otherwise this is going to be visible when we're done. Filling this up with CA glue is going to be too much because that bottle is now empty. Oh yes, that's not too bad. Then you guys should hang out sometimes if you don't already. 30 minutes is nothing, isn't it? Okay. I think this should be alright. This should be okay. I hope that's going to be okay. Yeah, man. That'd be great. I would love to hear about that. It's getting warm now, which means the glue is hardening. It's nice. That up there, that's the medium glue. It's going to take a bit longer for that. But yeah. I kind of sharpening some couch in the meantime.
Because that's something I need to do because I am running low on couches. So while that glue is drying properly, let's sharpen some couches. And that's all it takes. Oh yeah, another thing is, that diamond belt I'm running, it's not working properly. There's something wrong with the where it's put together here, because it's the connection is not even. So the gouge jumps and hit on the back side here, and it's already made a hole in it. Well, I talked to Sorby and I said, well, am I doing something wrong, or is there something wrong with the belt? He says, well, it's probably the belt we didn't test properly before we shipped it out. We sent you a new one. So I'm going to get a new one. So that's really nice. So I'm going to get a new belt. I mean, this one's not old anyway. It's not even 6 months. And already a hole in it is not. But they were good about it. They're really good about it. That's at least something, you know, you can the customer service is great. And yeah, it's going to take a little while for the belt to get here, but that's all right, really. I mean, it's not that this doesn't work. It works perfectly fine. It's just I need to move my my tool from on the bar down here. I need to move that whenever I do my grinding, so I don't grind on that part. Other than that, it's perfectly fine. I didn't talk to them myself. The shop where I bought it talked to them, so I didn't have direct contact. Otherwise, I would have talked to them about it. But yeah, when I said I talked to the Sorby guys, that's what I mean. But you know, sometimes it's just, you know, what is it? What was I about to say? It is the customer service that, you know, decides how well the company does. Right, so I don't know if I did something wrong with this belt. It could be, but they didn't ask about it. They asked me, could you send me some pictures of what's going on? And I did. And when we got a reply back, it was like, yeah, it's not supposed to do that. We sent you a new belt. So, I mean, I could understand if there was a big tear in the belt, because I have been doing something wrong, or I have been pushing hard against it. Because Diamond doesn't like being pushed like that. But that was not the case. It was literally the belt bouncing, or the tool bouncing off that connection. So. Oh, I have one more. Now that glue should be set. So how many gouges did I just sharpen? Huh. I don't know what service provider they use. All right. That's a nice. That's a nice edge. Look at that. It's great. Oops. 6. What do you mean 6? Oh, 6 gouges. Yeah. Well, it didn't take long. That's what I was going for. I think there's more than 6 actually. It should be because I have quite a few. I have 13 and I had 2 left. So that must be 12. So it should be 12 gouges.
Well, all I want to say is that it goes rather quick with that system. So let's see. Yeah, that did take care of a bit of it, so that's not bad. But I do still think that this lip here is a little bit too much. June 1? That is not right. That is definitely not right. That is definitely not right. Okay. It's they have printing facilities. Yeah, they have printing facilities in multiple places in the world, so it shouldn't be that long. I know they had US and EU facilities at least, so I don't know why it should take that long. Anyways, I think I need to start sanding this a little bit. Most of the top part's gonna go anyway. Okay. At least it sands really quickly. Got some wormholes in it and all that. But then I think that's going to be good enough. Oh, and I don't have my vacuum chuck available, so I cannot finish it all of it today. I can do everything except the foot. Late to the party? Hello, lass. Yes, you are. Indeed you are. You're not that late. I guess it's half of it. There's a good chunk. So let me flip it. Move a little bit of that, and let's flip it. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, if you're on the phone, it's going to give you trouble. linking stuff, right? If you're on the PC, you can do it, or other than that, you need to be an admin, like Michael. Other than that, it's just benjaminwinkle.com. So benjaminwinkle.com, that is the website. That's where you can go and have a look at stuff if that's what something you want to do. You can book me for courses and training and buy some of the stuff I did, or if you like my logo that much, I have t-shirts and hats in there as well. You know. It's in Discord as well. Okay, thank you, Michael. Also, another good opportunity to talk about the Discord, because the Discord, is a nice little place to come and hang out. So everybody can come there and hang out. Even Michael can. And Lars, yeah, you are welcome as well, dude. You are welcome as well. Well, .com is okay. It's benjaminwinkle.com or benjaminwinkle.dk. If you go to the .dk one, you'll get the Danish version of it. If you go to .com, you'll get the English version. So it doesn't matter. Both of them will work. They should. I know someone who made sure of it. So if it doesn't work, I'm just going to give him some trouble. Oh yeah, that sits nicely. Nah. So let's go. That's not there. So let's try and get this big piece on. Let's see if we can get this to get on there. Ooh, look at that. So that is there, nice and secure. And yes, I lost a crop screws. So these are screws for all the jaws. They fit the same thread size and diameter, so it's going to be all right. And this spins really well. Oh, that is cool. That's so cool. Yeah, and that's the link for the Discord. If anybody's interested to come and hang out and have fun with other turners from all over the world. So there are people chatting in there almost all the time. And if there's silent for a day, trust me, the guys will start a conversation, not just to not be alone. So that's great. So that's great. And yeah, there's an option that you can turn the notifications off in a certain time frame. But what I would recommend is actually you have your phone. Use your phone to go into sleep mode when you go to bed at night. Otherwise, this Discord thing can pop a lot. That is really cool. What is cool? That is true. There's always something to learn. I didn't mention names, did I, there, Clement? Well, that's not a problem. The piece. Yeah, that's going to be an awesome piece. As soon as that is done. Now, the thing is, I want to get rid of who bought something on my website. What did you guys get? Ooh. A hoodie. Ooh, it's very nice. That was Cindy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Are you guys buying hoodies when it's summer? I guess we're going to have to make bikinis for the winter. Ooh. No, I got a feeling now. Is it dry enough? Let me just get my moisture meter.
Give me just 1 minute. Not even, because I know exactly where it's supposed to be. Mind you, I said supposed to be. I said I don't know sure where it is actually. But it's supposed to be in one of the two top drawers. There it is. So let's see, let's go to hardwood. So still kind of high, 22 actually. That is no bueno. So that's going to twist and do a lot of stuff. Imagine that. I did see that. I did see that, Cindy. Appreciate you.
I cannot finish this. I need to rough turn it, and then I was afraid of this. I were afraid of this, even though it's been laying in a climate control area for 7 years, 6 years. Well, 6 years, I think. It was very close to the wall. Yeah, that's annoying. Well, I thought I was going to be able to finish this. Oops. That is not correct. Something moved. Oh, the whole tenon is coming off. That would actually. Let me show you that, if I can. Get my camera to go in the right place. A little bit of light. I don't know if you can see that, but that should be able to do it. You can see the wood. You can see the wood there. It's moving. But what's inside the chuck behind the jaws, it is not. I see that tenon broke. So, I could clean this edge here, that edge. Vacuum will not hold this big like that when I turn it. I can clean this edge here, make it sharp, that corner, and get another set of jaws. I don't have them, but I know they're part of the stronghold selection, and my boss owes me a stronghold. He doesn't know that he owes me a set of jaws as well. So that's what I am going to do. But this piece, yeah, I'm not going to trust the glue joint there, to be honest. Damn. I just felt it. I was taking, like, it was a heavy cut. It was a heavy cut. But that heavy cut was enough to break it. Yeah, the problem is, Michael, I would love to be able to just clamp it in a set of jaws. Well, the problem is the jaws are already maxed. And I can tell you why in a little bit. Now, this is going to hurt my skew. But I can just... Oops. I can just resharpen that, so it's fine. I cannot.
Glue blocks are fine, but not suited for live turning session. Watching glue dry. Yes, exactly. You're right there, Lars. And CA glue will not be tailstock. Yeah. Well, yeah. But I need to hollow this out. So, right, I need to hollow this whole thing out. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get that stronghold chuck sorted. The jaws for it anyway, but that's not going to be happening today. And this piece, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait. Well, I thought the fun thing we could do, we could actually just break it, see how much it's going to take to break it. Hot glue. Hot glue would probably not do well. So yeah, we're going to put the tailstock up like last said, and we can hollow out quite a bit more on this. So I think that would be the course of action here. I thought just a little bit while ago. I thought, well, we could just break it off, you know, just be brutal and break it. But with some tailstock support, I think it's going to be all right. It should be all right. I don't see why it shouldn't. No, you shouldn't be worried about my face.
Because right now, it's nothing. It can move because of the tailstock, so don't you worry. And I have my helmet on. Because my helmet would definitely protect me from this big piece when that come flying straight in my face. No, it wouldn't, but it will help me a little bit. Anyways. But yeah, Michael, yeah, I think you probably are the only one worried about my face. You need me? You would do fine on your own, Michael. You would definitely do fine on your own. I know sometimes give you a hard time, but that's just because I think it's funny. But you will definitely be fine on your own. And I know you can take a little bit of banter. Oh yeah, that's good. A little bit more speed. Oh yeah, I can definitely feel the moisture now. A hefty scraper for cleaning up that face. Off the wood. Thank you, Lars. I do. I don't use that. I have actually it's a radius skew. If I ever need a scraper, because I like the negative scrapers. If I'm ever going to use one, it's going to be negative with a heavy good burr on it. Clement, I was just thinking, why don't you just get into your car, drive up, get the lathe in the UK, and drive home? Job done, right? Wouldn't that be alright? I mean, yeah, it's going to be a long trip, but it's probably going to be worth it. And if you like, get like a minivan or something, like a small van, you should be able to comfortably have that lathe in the car, and you don't need a trailer. I think that would be good. English. Yeah, yeah, Michael. He is British. He's from the land of tea and sausages. That's how you've got to piss off a Scotsman, calling all of them British. It's Great Britannia, isn't it? And I might just have lost my most loyal follower. They can load it. They can probably just load it for you straight into the truck, into your van or whatever. That will be the normal thing I think they can do. So when you get home, you can just unpack it and take it out piece by piece and carry it in. Probably need to be probably need a friend to help you carry the lathe bed and the head itself in, but other than that I think you should be fine. Well, I have done some crazy things when loading lathe for people, because a lot of people just want the lathe in the car. So I have done some crazy stuff, that is for sure. Once actually I loaded a 1624 lathe into a Volkswagen Up. With crane and everything. So we got it in there. There you go. Almost sorted. But yeah, it's going to be a full day's trip forth and back, really. But it could be worth it. Yes. Got a glove compartment. But yeah, actually, it was pretty full, that little Volkswagen. He said it took him like a whole day actually just to get it out again, because he had to take it apart in there piece by piece. So it was actually well, you could, if they're really nice, get a normal car, and they can, if you ask them nicely, they can take the crate apart at the shop and stuff it in there. They might be willing to do that. I mean, we've done that on occasion. You just need some blankets to wrap around everything, because it's kind of oiled up normally. It's a 2-day trip. Oh, well, then you can go see Michael, right, and get some free food. Are you in south of France or north, Tenon? Rent the car and buy insurance. Southern, okay, then it's definitely a 2 days trip. I mean, you can bring the wife, give the kids to the grandparents, and have a lovely day. Lovely drive forth and back, right? I mean, well, no. He's in France. I'm in Denmark, and the Lathe are in England. so yeah, you're probably right. The cost of just, you know, going forth and back and all that would be a little bit. Oh yeah, probably, yeah. We need to think about that as well. But yeah, he could visit me. Shouldn't be that bad, really. I mean, it's not going to be a 2-day trip as a minimum, because it's going to be 1 full day of driving just to get here. The same with Michael, actually, and I could also visit them. A plane ticket to Edinburgh. I don't know how far it is from Michael. It's not that expensive, to be honest. It's actually really cheap if you just go at the right times. But me going to Edinburgh to see a mate and my family not going on holiday would be not that good, would it? Not be a good look. Hey, talking about holidays, I have a really good friend that I known for 15 plus years. We've been half and half north, so you can come pick me up at the airport. My grab to keep the kids. Yeah, I get it, I get it, I get it. Well, that's a shame then. I mean, it could have been great, but other than that, have a look at this figure. That's going to be good. So yeah, I could actually, if I just went to the airport, fly over to Edinburgh, and I think the price for the flight is about 50 quid one way, so it's going to be 100 quid forth and back, all included. So that's not bad, really. Spend the weekend at Michael's with the free food and what have you, and fly back again. I mean, I could think about the worst thing to do. I mean, the free food is probably going to be worth it, isn't it? But on that accord, I don't know if I want to go to see Michael with his haggis, or go to see Clement in France with his homemade sausages and all whatever he posts all the time. I mean, that is I would, yeah, I've got to be hard pressed, really, because I would really wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind going there with the good wine and the sausages and the food and all that, you know. But yeah, again, Scotland has a lot of sausages and black pudding, and they have the whiskey. I mean, it's a hard choice, really. I love black pudding. I love the Danish black pudding, I must say. I haven't tried the Scottish one or the British one. Yeah, I must say, Michael, if you take me running, it would be a really quick trip, I must say. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to run for more than 5 minutes maximum, if even that. I was at, you know, yesterday, my youngest brother had his 12.5 year wedding anniversary. So we celebrate 12.5 years here. We celebrate 12.5, 25, 50 and 75. That's what we normally celebrate. And we call this a couple wedding. And it was their couple wedding day yesterday. And they, for some reason, had decided we should have a balloon dance. So we take a balloon and a piece of string and tie it to our foot at Lathe. And it's the game is to pop the other's balloons and not have your own pop. And I get a little bit competitive and I forget that I'm not in the best shape. So I was, yeah, 5 minutes it took me and I was sweating like a pig and had to just go out. Yeah. I mean, I can be in the lathe and I can work for a full day and I can work for hours and hours. But I cannot run a few kilometers or get my pulse high or whatever. That is not something that is for me. Stop and run. No. I've run out of beer. I mean, that happens. I need to move the tool rest a little bit closer. There we go. It's going to go for some good shots. That's nice and immersive, isn't it? Let me just get fresh couch. I can feel the moisture in the shavings. When it comes out, it's actually cooling a little bit. Woodturning ASMR. Oh, what a mess it's leaving. It's all over the workshop now. Okay. We've booked a session for June, and do you like to focus on what I see as your greatest weakness? Oh, that's tough. Because then I need to really watch a lot of your streams. Because I watched some of it, I didn't watch all of it, but I have a few ideas of what I think you could really benefit from quite a bit. If that's something... But I think it depends on what you want, a 3 hour or 1 hour session. We could... And I'm not going to try to chat you, dude. Come on, Jesus, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you like take a 3 hour session, whatever. We can go over a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that we can work on together. But honestly, I think that's just... You're on a really good track. But there's always techniques and tricks we can all learn. So... So let's just try to make you the best turner we can. I just had an idea. How to fix that tenon. So I don't know if well, yeah, to be honest, you know, that would be really nice. But to do that, he will need to go out and buy tools. And he will have to go out and buy a grinder setup. But if that's something you want, I will be more than happy to teach you everything I can. And I think that would be a really good lesson. But it's going to be an expensive lesson because you need some standard tools and you need a grinding setup. So So before you got all that, it's going to be, let's see, a reasonable cheap set of turning tools with a reasonable quality. I would say it would be like $150. Then you need to spend at least that on a grinder, and then some jigs and all that. So you're going to look at $300 to $500. I would say as a minimum before we can do that. So that's a little bit much to ask, but there are some basic things we can go over as well. See, that's right. See. So, but I don't mind. There's a lot of things we can go over. A lot of basic techniques and stuff like that. You know, that probably could improve quite a bit without going to be you needed to go out and buy stuff. So we worked with what you have, and we've tried to improve on your technique as well as we can. And I think it's going to be good anyway. Is this in the range of... No, it's not. Okay. Now, in this case, only if you have one-way jaws, you can open them this much. If you don't have, please don't open your jaws like this. Right. Oh, shoot, I've gotten the other camera. Sorry. Ouch. That's gonna hurt. Breakfast. Yep, there you go. Now I can get this chuck off, and we can really see the damage. I mean, it's not as bad as it could have been, but I just remembered that is an option, a possibility, is something we can do. You can see there, it broke there. It's not that obvious. So that's where it broke. And that was the culprit. I mean, we probably would have been fine, but it's not about to take that chance. Now remember, this is just a really small tenon on the inside. Tenon. So can't do that hard. Can't go to it that hard. I'm loving the pattern of the wood, the groove cut into it. Yeah, it looks cool. Hello, Wes. Welcome back in. Okay, so let's just try to avoid that same mistake again, if we can. So I need to set up my calipers. I'm not sure that I got the right, don't have the right size. So there, that would be good. I'm going through those couches like there's no tomorrow, right? But boy, oh boy, the feeling of a freshly sharpened couch. It's just crazy good. I really like that. There you go. There's rippling. Yeah, that was just the camera not being able to pick up the revolutions of it. So yeah, let's see. Oh, look at that. That's almost textbook. Perfect. So that's the amount of opening you want between the jaws. A little less would do, actually. That wouldn't hurt, but you know, that's about what you want to see. That was all the holes of that, so that can come off now. It's always good to have, you know, extra tools for when stuff happens. So if I didn't have two chucks, I would just have to replace the jaws, screw them on again to do that whole thing, and it would have taken quite a bit longer. So I'm kind of happy that I got an extra set, an extra chuck. So let's see how well this is going to spin. Don't get those screws tight so it doesn't come off. So now I can remove that whole tower in there. Let's see. It's a little bit of wobble, but it's not too bad. And I actually cut myself twice, so that's good. Is that what you mean by the wood's rippling, what you see now, Cindy? No, that would not be a mistake. That would be fine. That would be a way to do it. Well, that could be a really good way to do it. But what I'm doing, I would just take smaller cuts, really, and don't get a catch. Smaller cuts and don't get a catch, and you should be fine. Jesus, I have a cut there as well. I have two cuts on one arm. So one there and one there, and then I have another cut here on my elbow and the other arm. I mean, I'm getting all the cuts today. Really, all I need to do now is just remove the material and leave it to dry until it is dry enough. I mean, it's only going to be probably next week will be fine on this, since it's already 22%. Maybe 2 weeks. Oh. No, that's going to be too much stress. Welcome back, Michael. Oh, righto. That's beautiful. That is beautiful, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I can feel the moisture in there. That's what's this, 22? It doesn't max out, so it's not. It's just about there. No, I haven't broken it. What do you take me for? Yeah, I thought about that. I decided not to. Let me just see how much I have. So there. So that's about 11.5. And I'm only 5. So I've still got quite a bit more. And the gouge that is a little bit stronger. So this is a 21mm button gouge. I think that will hopefully help me get rid of all this down here. That is a huge ball, yeah. Now you can really see it. Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. So there, that's 7. So that's where I'm going to stop for today, that depth. So give it some time to breathe and acclimatize. And see how it's going to go. Get it to dry a little bit. That's actually pretty cool. So looking at, you know, that tailstop camera. Bam! Yeah, that's a big, it's a nice piece. That's for sure. I mean, I could take a bit more, man, but man. It only fits in the frame when you've got that little part over there. But this ball is 45.5 centimeters by 11.5.
So it is not small. It's not the biggest thing I've made ever, but it's not a small thing. Suppose you can send out the flat spots. Yeah, man, I could. I think I'm going to. As you're talking about that part, right? I'm gonna kind of leave it a little bit. Probably clean it quite just a little bit, but I'm going to leave it. Depending on what the wife says, because she's going to see this really soon. And ooh, look at that. That's a knot. It's about to come out. You can see. That's kind of fun. Anyways, I'm going to have to glue that in to keep it. But yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of timber. I mean, that's not bad for a roughing cut. That's not bad for a roughing cut. A little bit of soft spots there. But other than that, altogether, it's nice. Now, it's going to have to dry this now. I'm going to have to leave this and you guys. And this is probably going to be a week or two. But other than that, just look at that freaking workshop now. Look, that's shavings here. Let me just pull that out. That's just under the lathe. So I've been kicking it down there while I'm working. And the back side of the lathe, it's the same. A lot of shavings here as well. And it's all over the drill press and all that. So it's been a good day. Right. It's been a good day. I think. It was a good day. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do have an extensive bed on my lathe. Did you know that, Michael? So, I have it. Oops, yeah, well, that's the right way. That part there. That part here. From here to here, that's an extension bed. That's another almost half a meter. So it's 47 point something centimeters. So I think that is, it's a short one. I think it's 17 inches extension. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that little dust extractor running so I don't get too much of that spores in my lungs. But other than that, look how dirty I am. Look at this. That's great. 12 by 14. Ooh, mine is 24 by 36 plus 17. So that's 51. I'm still longer. My lathe is still longer than you. But I want the I would like the long extension on it. So I think that's is that 30? No. Well, you can get the 36-inch extension. Leave it. Leave what? Oh, leave that one. Yeah. You can actually get a 30-inch extension on it. I'm not going to get that, but I want the larger one. And then I'm going to take the small one and put it on the back side for outboard turning. Because I think that's going to be fun. But yeah, that's it. Anyways, you guys, thank you for today. I'm going to put that into some shavings, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. It's a mammoth of a stream, wasn't it? 3 hours and 13. Yikes. You all have a good day. Thank you for watching. Be good to the world. The world will be good to you. I'm going to go spend time with the family. Stay for the music. Just a few more minutes. And I'll see you next time. Northern winds blow, stands a craftsman where the tall timbers grow. With a chisel like a warrior's spear, every cut brings the old world near. Hear the Asher in the turning tree, Odin whispering, let creation be. From the north, let the shavings fly, under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost let the wood come alive, Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Of the Viking tribes.
the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost let the wood come alive, Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Raise your meat to the maker's hand, to the craft and the clan of the northern land. Every bowl is a saga born, carved from dusk and shape till morn. Let the echoes ring of the wood-turning warrior and the stories he brings. Let the world hear the call from the workshop flame, Benjamin Winkle, another name. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost let the wood come alive, Benjamin turns